I was just saying how I wanted to do an FSD in the rain video, and now it's raining. So anyway, let's see how it does. We're just going on a short trip to the UPS store. Hopefully we don't get too many people coming up behind us road raging this time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, you're gonna do it? Don't do it. It's not supposed to hang out in the middle here. Let's see how it does. Let's turn this on so you can see how fast it's trying to drive. 35 is not appropriate for this road. After this, we'll probably go to Taco Bell, get some lunch. It's cheap, it's veggie. Works for me. All right, so we're gonna turn, and then it's gonna try and stop at a non-existing stoplight. So we didn't have to turn because the lights are green. Here it comes. Oh no, it's not. It didn't stop. This version has been stopping for those fake stoplights right there. All right, then we're gonna get into the lane for some reason. We're gonna get back out of it. If the BMW doesn't run us through, okay. Very sedate today. Normally it would have already been in this lane. It likes changing out of that other lane for whatever reason. Oh, it's so close. I don't care for that. So earlier I made a video that started out with some road rage by a neighbor. I don't know that I'm going to release that now, because this is enough to show you what it's done. 10.6 has all the same annoyances for me as 10.5, but it's smoother. I can reuse that summary. So I'll reuse that summary. I won't release that first video, probably not. We'll see what it looks like in the editing deck. But 10.5 had a lot of regressions as far as the way that it does path planning and routing for me in this area. I might include all of that except for the beginning where the road rage guy got us. This is a interesting move there, because it could have ended up blocking the intersection if it had not ended up getting the room. So it accelerates just fine when it's behind other people, as well as when it's out in front by itself. The only time it's as aggressive as I would like is when it's coming off of a turn. And then it might be too aggressive. That's BMW i3. You don't see them every day, not here. Well, I guess not really anywhere. It wasn't a very popular car, was it? I didn't pay attention if it was a battery or a plug-in hybrid. And we're stopping for a stoplight that is not on this side of the road. It's only on the other one. And as I said in that other video, I did get a chance to drive in real rain last night. It was enough that the wipers needed to stay on, but it wasn't enough that that Navigate on Autopilot would have kicked out. So I was happy to see that the system did not freak out or give warnings or anything about driving in the rain with that. This little bit of sprinkles never would have stopped even the sensitive models, 10.4 and 10.5. They were very sensitive to rain. All right, we'll see if it can actually handle this turn. It usually picks the wrong lane, and then even when I put it in the right lane, it still doesn't make the turns enough to keep up with all of these angry human pilots. this unsureness that it does, where it's kind of stuttery. Not just the wheel, but also the accelerator is hopefully something I see them smooth out. So it's going to pick the left inside lane. It needs the right inside lane, or the right outside lane to make it the left. Because we're going to go right once we get in there. In the previous versions, this would fight me to get back into the inside lane, as is FSD's style of shifting away from the direction of the turn it's actually trying to make. Let's see what you do. No, you can't do that. It's trying to change lanes in the intersection in a turn. All right, we'll turn it back on, see what it does. This person didn't run us through, thankfully. Come on, come on, come on. It's a right turn, just go. So I gave it some accelerator there, so we didn't get run over. It was trying to pause for some reason. I don't know what it was pausing for. As if there was a stop sign or something. Or a yield. Okay, yeah, we can go here. Whoa. As I mentioned, yeah, I'm going to do part of the other video. So as I mentioned in that video, the phantom braking and the random stoppages are still there. And they're quite aggressive, enough to upset Mr. Maltz over there in his land yacht. Come on. Waiting for our turn. You gave up our turn several times now. Go, just go. All right, so I nudged it along. All right, it's picking the correct lane. Oh my goodness. All right. It's gonna run this person through? No, okay. But yeah, they did have a stop and they should have waited on us. Or made an attempt to actually cross the street with some gusto. Where are you going? Our destination's right there in front of the bank, the UPS store. I'm glad I brought my dolly because they have a stop sign. Oh, you're waiting on the pedestrians? That's fine. Should have brought my dolly because they're probably not going to be any parking. There's like a restaurant here, but they've got a sign, don't bother us. Yep. And that's for Uber. Is this person leaving? Doesn't look like it. Like I said, I'm glad I brought my dolly because it's busy. Which way do I want to go? Wow. It's been a while since I've seen a green Camry. I thought it was a hybrid only, but that does not be the case. This Mustang will take my spot. Nope. Good. So up ahead is the new Woodbridge supercharger under construction. It's a 4x3. It's a 12 stall V3 supercharger. I would just supercharge if this was finished. All right, I'm gonna do this errand and then we will run to a Taco Bell and I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, the Taco Bell app isn't working, so I couldn't go to the one I wanted to go to. Let's go to the closest one instead. Look at all the cars in the parking lot. Here we go. The supercharger installation has kind of changed the traffic flow for now. Just because they have all the temporary gates up. Signal would have been nice a long time ago, lady. I could have gone. It's an interesting place to put the stop sign, just dead ahead. Hey, look, a new Model 3, 21. Yep, new wheels. New lights. Oh, they took it, maybe. It looks like they took it down. You're so timid, car. You could have had that. It's a nice looking e-bike right there. All right, go. You had it. Go. All right, so I gave it a little bit of accelerator just to prompt it along. Another Model 3. All right, watch your sneakers. Don't stub your toe. Forgot to do a sync clap. You can cut that from the video. Watch this Civic. Okay. You look like the guy that might just pop out without looking. Stop sign behavior still needs smoothness. It stops a ways back sometimes. Your turn. It wasn't going to go, so I made it go. He didn't have to really stop. He did have a yield. Get over there and pick your speed up. Come on. Oh, wait. It's 15 here. They're just speeding. That's all it is to it. So this will be interesting. The old versions liked to go behind the grocery store coming up. We'll see if this one does too. If it does, I'm going to change that because holidays coming, they might have a truck loading and unloading, so there's no point in ending up in a one-lane road behind a supermarket. Smooth. You guys can't see it, but I don't know what's going on over here with these SUVs. All right, so sometimes flashing yellow lights still slow it down like it did there, but it recovers very quickly, unlike the versions where they started messing with it. Of course, by the time I got all the cameras set up from running that errand, the rain had slowed back down. Is that a tent? I didn't know we had that here. I hope he's warm for the winter. Okay, so now it wants to go behind all of these stores, and that is the wrong answer for this time of year with all the shipments coming in. So we will auto drive, manual drive, straight up through. I think that it doesn't respect these speed bumps, just like the ones near my house. The only reason it went slow there was because everybody else was slowing us down. And so now it's being cautious, and it's going around the traffic. I like that. And then it's going to charge the speed bump, or it's going to run nicely. I don't know which. Well, you got a signal on. Yeah, it would have charged that speed bump if it knew what it was doing. But it was so unsure of itself. And there's our destination ahead. It was short, I know, but you don't need to creep. Just go. All right, turn right. All right, slow down. All right. All right, since this app is still not working. Come on. Oh, it is working. Yeah. All right. Catch y'all in a minute. Okay, now we'll see how it gets on the road, and that's probably the end of this video, unless we get some real rain or I decide to go somewhere. You know what? Maybe we should go somewhere. Let's go to IKEA instead. Navigate to IKEA. Oh, that's not the way there. Actually, that probably would have worked better. Navigate to IKEA. Yep, that would have worked better. Whoa! If you want me to make a U-turn, just go. If you want to do a U-turn, I'd love to see it. Oh, now you changed your mind? Fine. Whatever. Same i3 again. Silver with the 2 bikes. The people on this intersection give it the most trouble. The intersection itself is fine. Whenever it's empty, no problem. All right, you need to get out of this turning lane. Oh, no, you don't. You're right. So used to going another way. See, that's the weirdest feeling with FSD is when you're thinking about going one way and it's thinking about going another way and you think it's wrong, but it's not. This is the most square U-turn I've ever seen, dude. All right, so I hear sirens, so we might have to take over and pull over. All right, you gotta get out of the turning lane. That would be a mess. All right, no lights, but a siren. Interesting. You definitely want the lights before you go through the intersection, dude. Anyway, the where was I going with that? So weird. This Volvo has the letters CO under the left tail light. Not sure what that's from. So I didn't think that I wanted my sauces for these tacos on this trip, and I don't have any in the car. So what I think I'll do before we park in the IKEA is see if they even have what I want in stock, because if they don't, then I can eat at home with the sauces I have already, because I didn't remember to push sauces on the app. They have the most unstable app of all the places that I can spend money in an app. Shoot, their digital ordering goes down whenever I'm ready for lunch in their store almost every time, because I eat lunch later than most. Luna has conditioned me to that. She likes to take a nap when normal people are eating, and then we eat. Not that stops me from eating while she sleeps, but sometimes that wakes her, and it's nice to eat lunch with your spouse. All right, let's see. That's the way I would go. If I took this road, I would go that way, yes. The homeless guy doesn't want the dollar, or he's finishing his phone call first? That's interesting. The guy beeped and waved $1 at him. Oh, he's finishing his phone call first. Okay. Here we go. Wow, that Volvo's got a serious... oh, it's a Lincoln. It's got a serious turn signal repeater. Why did you stop? It was a double turn. It's a very simple concept. Anyway, well, I was... What are you doing? You can't just jump in there. Oh my goodness. Well, yes, you need to go, but you got a signal, and you got to make sure there's actually an opening. Oh, now you can drive and get in there. Come on now. You're not right on the turn. You've got 0.3 miles. I love the way it just picks the next car if nobody lets it in. That's what I would do. All right, you got to get over now. Hurry up and get in there. You're gonna run out. You're gonna run out. It's not ready for everyone yet. It is definitely not ready to be a robotaxi. I did like that maneuver. All right, it's a yield, not a stop. Okay. Up ahead, it likes to go to the middle of the side of the building where there's no entrances and stop, so I will take over most likely. Yeah, I can see it. It's just destinations ahead in point one. No. Often it'll just take you to the place's driveway, but not here. Yeah, see, it just wants to stop. Navigation on autopilot ending in 100 feet. And it's trying to leave the turn lane. Interesting that I have the blinker down. It flipped it the other way. This is the second time. Yeah, I'm definitely going to release most of that other video now. It's the second time that it's kind of countermanded what I've suggested. Or not even suggested, but told. Dude, you can't just hang out on the street with traffic coming on. All right, so we'll see if they even have what I want. If they do, I'll park underneath. If they don't, I'll be right here where I can get a signal. Let's reverse in for safety. Are they angled? They look angled. All right, let's just go in here. This is where, if you have trailers, they also do U-Hauls here sometimes. All right, let's just camp out in the middle here and see. Sorry, it wasn't much rain today. I started out to do an FSD in the rain video, and we get just a little bit of drizzle. I'm gonna keep the cameras rolling even all the way to the way home, just in case I get any messages. But I think that we're done for now. Okay, so they didn't have what I wanted, and there's no point in walking around an IKEA or parking in their parking garage and eating an unseasoned taco. All right, so it considers the parking lot they won't drive in. Something about the side cameras? Hopefully I can make out what it says on the tape. Of the recording, I should say. I'm glad I didn't try that. That guy made no haste to get past me. Temporary unavailable for what? Why? Autopilot cameras unavailable. Features may be available on next drive. What do you mean that you just used them to get me there? You didn't get them wet. We didn't do anything. So this is FSD in the rain when it's got a water drop on the camera, apparently. Which also means I don't get cruise, because cruise is tied to autopilot. All right, so it's not complaining about the rear side, or the repeater cameras. They're clear as day. And I didn't park, so it's not sentry mode freaking it out, because I would have seen that. It didn't shut down. I mean, literally, I was in drive the whole time I was looking at the app. Drive and hold, brake hold. My hold on these older cars is different than you guys with the permanent magnets, motors cars hold. It's most annoying when it shows you stuff and then still doesn't full self-drive. So I would say it's probably one of the forward cameras because it's not showing any of these cars. Typically, well, we'll see if it shows the traffic light. Typically, it still shows me some stuff. It just refuses to drive. But sometimes it will clear the model like that, just to make it a little more comforting that it's not driving, I guess. It's seeing all the lines. So I bet you it sees the cars. It's just choosing not to draw them. I'm so glad this didn't happen on a long trip like it did coming back from Thanksgiving. My ankle was sore after that one. As I've said before, you know, even my oldest, most basic car had some automation. It had cruise control. And it had 5-speed and crank windows, but it had cruise control. That was a fun little truck.